Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mighty Electronic Box for the 6th of May 2013. Just a heads up, this is going to be a two-man show for the next few weeks because John is busy studying for his exams and not playing video games. So it's just going to be me and Brad.
You know what's funny is I have exams too.
Yeah, you have exams, but John is obviously not hardcore enough for this shit.
Yeah, to be fair, it's only first year stuff for me, and I'm already halfway through them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
He's in his third year, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
wrapping it up. So
yeah, so his
select
are
him with
more important.
Yes, just
Yep.
slightly,
And
a very small amount.
yeah, he should play some video games, man. I was able to play video games as part of my course, so it was kind of cool. But anyway,
Yeah, but I think it's a different.
it's a different. Yeah, what's he doing again?
scenario.
What is he studying? Is it something to do with accounting? I think, or if I just pulled that out of thin air.
I literally can't remember.
Yeah.
Actually,
At least I have an idea. You should pay attention.
I don't.
Anyway, Brad, what did you play this past week?
Obviously, because I do have exams, I haven't been playing a whole whack load of stuff. I think I played a bunch more StarCraft again when I had time. And I don't know if you remember last week I mentioned I started messing around with some streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been messing around some more with the Open Broadcaster software, which is like a free alternative to what's it called? XSplit, the one that you have to pay for a monthly subscription for.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. In StarCraft, the seasons, the most recent ladder season reset, which basically means you have to play another placement game, and it gives everyone a chance to, get promoted again into the better leagues. Obviously, you can get promoted during the season, but it's quite funny. Everyone, when at the beginning when Heartstorm came out, everyone in the StarCraft Society at my uni got placed like a league higher, pretty much, than they were in Wings of Liberty.
Yeah.
Or went into their normal league and they got promoted very quickly. I got placed in Bronze, I don't know if you remember me mentioning, which is the lowest league out of all of them. And I eventually managed to claw my way up to all the people who are in Gold League like I was, who were in Platinum. And I've managed to actually catch up all the way from Bronze through Silver through Gold and then into Platinum. And then when the new ladder season rolled around this time, I got placed straight into Platinum. I was actually on the servers as they reset. The whole game went completely broken when they reset the ladders. The multiplayer options usually say 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4.
Mm-hmm.
And it just said 1v1, 1v1, 2v2, 2v2, 3v3. And because it's not meant to have 5 buttons there, it was going off the side of the screen. It was really weird. But yeah, I played my place and I just got straight into Platinum, which was awesome. So obviously the game thinks I'm actually that competent now. And then everyone from the StarCraft Society at my uni has dropped a league, almost universally. There were 2 people who were in Masters that got dropped to Diamond. I know the 2 people that are of similar skill level to me, who were both Gold League players before, got placed in Gold and Silver respectively. And I'm the only one who hasn't managed to lose a place in the leagues, which is kind of funny. I think it must have had something to do with less people having Heart of the Swarm at the beginning, so less people being in the leagues and it being easier to be bumped up because they weren't populated, because I guess they have a population cap on the leagues, I suppose. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Other than that, with OBS, I also messed around streaming some PS1 games.
Awesome. What PS1 games did you stream?
I didn't do it for very long. I was just trying to get my setup kind of how I'd want it, because I was thinking when I come back for the summer, me and a friend, we're going to play Theme Park World, I think was one of the ones we wanted to play.
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah, we were going to hit up some of that.
Poor man's Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, I like Theme Park World.
Oh, I love Theme Park World.
Character.
Yeah, but then I played Roller Coaster Tycoon on the PC and was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I've been watching. I watched a little bit of that, and I was like, I've never been exposed to that before, so that was kind of cool to see that. But yeah. I was using EPSXE, which is an emulator for PlayStation 1, as you might guess, which I've had hanging around for ages. It's probably really out of date. I should probably download a newer version. The only ROM I had was Crash Bash, which coincidentally is like fucking amazing game.
I
So
never played Crash Bash.
you never had a childhood.
That was one of the. I think that was probably the only PS1 era Crash Bandicoot game I didn't play.
You fucked up because you didn't play the best Crash Bandicoot game.
I
Maybe bar Crash Team Racing.
No, Crash Bandicoot 2 is the best Crash Bandicoot game.
Crash
let's be
Crash
serious
Bash
here.
is the best party game possibly ever, apart from Wii Sports, I'd say.
Come on, man. What about like Super Smash Brothers?
That's not a party game.
Fucking is.
It's not a fucking party game.
Fucking
At what
begged it
point
for-
do you play mini games in Super Smash Brothers?
Fucking use your imagination, dude. Create all
Okay.
kinds of shit.
Ignoring the fact that you're crazy,
Man, that's not.
Crash Bash has some
It doesn't need to be. Mini games do not denote party game.
okay, well, fine, mini game collection. I'm rephrasing my genre.
Yeah, mini game collection. I agree with that. iToy was a pretty. Good,
I call it a party game because it's like that game you had to own a multi-tap for. Like, there was no point owning that fucking game if you didn't have a multi-tap.
the days of multi-taps.
Made it like a requirement to have a multi-tap.
Yeah. It's funny how like the PS2 never had an iteration with 4 controller ports on it,
Yeah.
and yet like the GameCube and pretty much every other system actually.
Every other system
Uh,
works out.
yeah. Every other system was like, 4 controller ports, just here you go. And PlayStation was like, nah, you need to pay us like 25 quid and buy 2 other controllers as well to use this multi-tap.
Pretty much.
Remember the PS1 multi-taps? They kind of look like a boomerang.
Yeah, they were great.
were
That's
awesome.
whenever I think of a multi-tap, that's what I.
Yeah, I always think of those. I did have one for my PS2. It was just like a brick, and it had like 2 ports on one side, 2 on the other, and just had like the memory card slots above it.
Oh, yeah.
But the PS1 multi-tap, that was sick. The boomerang and shit. Used to play the shit out of International Track and Field on that. Did you ever play those games?
no, I didn't.
Oh man, those games were so fucking fun.
Are they the ones that like destroyed your hands?
The first 2 on the PS1, because I didn't really play any of the others, but the first 2 were just like you had 2 buttons that you had to tap.
You had to jam them as fast as possible.
But you had to do it like alternating. I think
Yeah.
if my memory serves, the default configuration was square and circle were the ones you had to tap, and X was like your jump or throw button, depending on what event you were doing.
Yeah.
But I always used to change mine to square and X as tap and R1 as jump. Pro tip for anybody listening. But yeah, though I didn't play any of the others that followed it. 'Cause I think they like tried to make it too. They went for realism. I think the further the longer the series went. And I was like, let's try and make this real. And it's like, no, that's not what's fun about them. Like
Yeah.
the fun shit is like trying to put off the person that's playing when it's their turn, so they fuck up.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, what were we talking about?
Oh, the broadcasting PS1 games. Like
Oh,
the fun.
You should stream some track and field. I would watch
God.
that shit. I would watch that.
All right, considering I've never played it, it'd be interesting.
I would watch the shit out of a track and field stream.
All right, we'll see about that. But yeah, the cool thing about it is because it's a 4:3, obviously aspect ratio, and I'm streaming 720p minimum. Like usually I stream 1080 whenever I'm playing StarCraft or something else. I'm able to put the game like pretty big on the left side of the screen. Then I have space for like a webcam, and I use the top right space for like the box art for whatever I'm playing.
Oh,
so
cool.
it looks pretty sweet, and like the
It
way
saved the video
software-
getting like stretched. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like a really quick way to make your videos look nice. Like there's no post processing.
yeah.
It's just like this software is stitching all these images together into one output, and then I can get that off Twitch and copy it straight over to YouTube.
That's-
It suffers from having like a lower bit rate that kind of comes inherently with
Mhm.
the fact that you're streaming. But I mean, for most games that aren't super high action, like FPS kind of suffer a bit. But for most stuff, it looks it's crisp enough to watch. So yeah, that's been kind of fun. Played a little bit more Shoot Mania, and I've just been getting worse at that, so I don't know where that's going. And I forgot to mention last week with a friend, I played a bit more Rayman Origins co-op,
Oh, sweet.
and I think I got up to how many worlds are there in that?
Good question.
I got to the ice
lot.
one where you shrink and grow
Yeah.
shrink
Oh,
in the
I can't remember how far that is, but there's a lot. There's quite there's got some good length to it, that game.
Yeah, I think we completed the ice place on maybe the shrinky growy one, if I remember correctly. Other than that, I haven't played too much. Although I did, literally just before we started recording, check out a sort of indie game that's kind of in development still, as far as I'm aware, called. Oh god, let me get this right. It's a memory of a Memory of a Broken Dimension. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, I can't remember how I stumbled across it. It was somewhere on Giant Bomb. I'm not sure if it was in like the Patrick's post or on the forums. I think I saw a screenshot on the forum and it looked really cool. And it's kind of something I've wanted to do as a game for a while. It's basically turning glitches into gameplay, but it doesn't actually necessarily do that. I think it doesn't do that explicitly, but the concept of the game is it starts off and you're just kind of tapping away in a terminal, but everything's kind of like corrupted. Like there's loads of fake like screen tearing glitches going on. All the text changes whilst you're like not even doing anything. Like memory values are getting overwritten in the main memory of the machine that you're typing into. Mm-hmm. It's just like a standard DOS prompt, and you have to kind of work your way through it. And the most recent iteration of the game, which is why it's popped up in the news again, has once you work out a few of the commands and use dir to look at what files you've got on the machine and stuff, you can eventually get into this kind of first person mode where you have to try and walk around an environment. And like the game's made in Unity, so it's in 3D, and there's this kind of gameplay mechanic where there are like things missing in the environment, like they're all like fractal like shapes, bits and pieces floating around, and you have to try and find spots in the environment to like bring them into reality, I guess, like kind of load the memory of whatever that is so it actually becomes a physical object you can interact with. It's kind of interesting. Like it doesn't really go anywhere. I think I, in inverted quotes, completed it. There was like a screen that makes me think I completed what's there for now. There was some stuff that left me asking questions, and that's kind of the thing I really like about those kind of abstract puzzle games like Fez and like Antichamber. I don't want to say too much about it because it would be kind of spoilers, and it's one of those games where it's really just kind of like go experience it. It's free to go download, so literally just type MOABD and it should come up like one of the first results. I recommend checking it out if you're into like weird glitchy things and have a vaguely decent knowledge about how to use a command prompt. Because the art style of it is kind of cool. Like everything's just completely glitched and fucked up. Like, and it really does your head in. At times, I like almost couldn't bear to look at it, but it's different and interesting. I find it quite cool.
Awesome. Anything else?
Nope. That's pretty much it, I think.
Cool. What did I play this week? I played one new thing. I played my usual shit. I played a lot more Tekken. Played a lot more Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Grinding away. Had a really fucking bad night on Tekken the other night, though. It wasn't good. I was very depressed at the end of it. I went like fucking... I didn't even play for that long, but I think I went like 7-1. Like, ugh, wasn't good. But anyway, I'm going to pull up Steam, because I can't actually remember the name of the game I played earlier. What's it called? Ah, here we are. Strike Suit Infinity was a game I played on Steam. Describing that, basically, did you play Halo Reach at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the bit in Halo Reach where you're in the spaceship?
Wait.
You're in the spaceship, like in space, shooting stuff.
Yeah, I remember that happening, but I don't remember it, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well, basically, this game is pretty much that made into a game. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Yeah, I've actually seen some Strike Suit Zero. I saw a trailer for it like ages ago.
Yeah, the main sort of Steam trailer what made me get it. It just looked really cool. And then I got it and played it and was like, yeah, this isn't really that cool. It's just kind of, I don't know, like just the controls just feel a bit off. Is my main gripe with it at the moment. I didn't play it for very long, but like your aiming feels really swimmy, if that makes sense. And I think there's ways to do that, but not in that kind of game. Like I think you really need kind of like speed to prioritize over anything else in that sort of environment. And it just doesn't do a very good job of communicating when you're actually doing damage to enemies, which is something that I found really annoying. Like every single enemy, pretty as far as I can tell, has like a health bar on them when you start attacking them, but there's no like visual cue that you're actually doing damage to the enemy. Like your bullets just kind of hit them, and then that's it. Like, the health bar goes down. Like, so if you're sort of in a position where there's a lot of enemies, you can't really tell at a glance like which one is the closest to death or something like that.
Yeah.
But the movement stuff is pretty unique. Your basic form is this ship. I was playing it with the controller, but you can play it with mouse and keyboard, obviously, if you want to. But on the controller, I think A was like transform a command for your ship. Your standard ship controls pretty much the same how you do in Halo Reach, which is why I used it as a comparison, because it's just a good frame of reference for it. But when you transform your ship, you become this like mech shaped thing.
Specific.
Yeah, you just kind of shape like a big robot, really. But the main way that affects the game is that you can then like strafe. You can strafe from side to side. You can still move around in the same ways, but you get a lot better shots in that mode than you do when you're in your standard ship mode. And yeah, that seems fairly straightforward at the moment. It just seems like a kind of an arcadey like shooter setup. From the trailer, it definitely looks like it gets a lot more hectic the further you get in the game. I saw some pretty crazy looking stuff in the trailer. Which is the main reason that got me to buy it. So I'm kind of hoping that stuff isn't too long in coming, because that's the stuff I'm really looking forward to.
Did you see the quick look?
No, I've been really like inactive on Giant Bomb.
It was ages ago.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. But yeah, I'm really behind on Giant Bomb shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I didn't really play anything new. I did play a bit of Infamous 2. This past
Any
couple of days.
reasons?
No, I just felt like playing it again. And yeah, that game's still really fucking good. So if you haven't played Infamous 2, you should really play Infamous 2.
I just don't have a PS3. Actually, I haven't played Infamous 1. You
should play Infamous 1 too, because Infamous 1 is really good too. But yeah, that's it. I didn't play anything new. I'm just sort of, I don't know, I feel like I'm in like game limbo at this point. Like, it's not worth me really getting into anything new at this point, because I just haven't got the time to really take it in. So I'm just kind of like, like fighting games are super easy to just jump into and, play around a bit for an hour, like learn some stuff, play a few games, and just stick into like, games that I've played a lot of. I'm going to wait till I've got a bit more time to dive into stuff like BioShock and Metal Gear.
Yeah, I've got the same thing with StarCraft at the moment. It's just kind of easy to go back to. Rather than starting anything new and complex, really. I mean, I really, really, really want to get Starseed Pilgrim. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like 11 on wanting to get that game right now. Yeah. But I just not now with exams and all of that kind of stuff.
It's gonna have to wait.
On top of that, I don't know if you've listened to the Bombcast recently or anything, have you?
I haven't listened to it for months.
Okay, right. Patrick and Drew were going to EVE FanFest in Iceland.
Nope.
They mentioned that. Okay, they mentioned it ages ago. They went last week, and there's some content going up on the site from that. Like, there's some of the interview dump truck stuff that Patrick's been doing, and apparently there's going to be a couple of videos coming out. But he obviously played a little bit of EVE beforehand and streamed it out. He played 6 hours of it or so, and was like playing with the Giant Bomb. There's like a smallish group of people who have a what do you call it? Not a clan or a society. What's it called? It's a corporation in EVE for Giant Bomb people.
I really don't know.
Yeah, there's a corporation, and they accept like all new members and like kind of help people along. And they were helping him along. Like, they gave him some starting funds and poked him in the right direction to try and get him introduced to the game. And Drew didn't get a chance to check it out. And Patrick has been saying, like he said on the podcast, like quite explicitly, if you're interested in EVE, now will be a good time to check it out. Mm-hmm. Kind of came across as a hint that they might be playing more of it, particularly him and Drew, and making a series out of it. which is
cool.
probably why they're hinting, to get other Giant Bomb members on there, get more community interaction with that kind of thing. And I've been wanting to play Eve for about 3 years, like since I played my 14-week trial. I still have my account waiting
That's
in
a pretty
limbo
good
for me
length
to
for a
be
trial.
reactivated. Yeah, it's
That's a good length. That's no like fucking 10-day bullshit.
Wait, what did I say?
I think you said 14 weeks.
Did I say weeks? Jesus, I meant days.
Oh right, I was gonna. Oh wow, okay, yeah. I was gonna say 14 weeks.
Sorry.
Would be
my bad.
very generous. But
Wow, that'd be amazing.
that would be fucking awesome. That would really give you you'll know whether you like this game or not.
Fucking game is sick.
But anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of games, because there's no better segue for our news, because it's all related to games. when you think about it. News. There's not been a ton this week, but there's been some pretty interesting stuff. First, top of the list, what I'm going to hit off with, because man, this is pretty awesome and pretty big news for me. Quote, spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness apparently is going to be shown at E3. No real concrete details out of yet, obviously.
End sentence.
Yeah, end sentence. There was a screenshot of like a dude's face that was like
Not a dude's face.
pretty much it. It was real, like Duke Nukem Forever style. Like,
Was
hey,
it a real
it's
face?
face. No, it's in game. But yeah, that literally is pretty much it.
Video game face.
Yeah, the original founder, I think he was the founder of Silicon Knights, is attached to it. So who knows? But at this point, like, I don't know. I think a new like full-on Eternal Darkness game, I just don't think would work in this day and age. Just purely because of the way the internet is, and like, all of its tricks and that, I'd be out within like a fucking hour of the game coming out, or knowing in what it's like nowadays, they'd be out before the game even fucking comes out. So when the game flags up, hey, your whole hard drive was just erased, sorry, you'd actually know it's bullshit, and that wouldn't freak you out. So yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I just think that like there's so much scope for them to really fuck with players, the way the original did, but on a way bigger scale. Like, because the original did really weird shit. Like, I took my game back twice because of that game telling me my game didn't work, and then like having talking to people that had played the game, they're like, no, that's just the game fucking with you. I was like, really? Yeah. Like, it did that. And I was like, shit, I took it back twice and got 2 new copies, because like every now and then it was like, your GameCube cannot read this disc, it may be damaged, and that resulted in me taking it back. So
Wow.
I think like that sort of stuff in this day and age would be amazing. Like,
So many people get fucked.
the things they could troll people with would just be amazing. Like, I really hope
Man, imagine if they made like the console Yellow Light of Death or Red Ring of Death. That'd be awesome.
that'd be so good. Yeah, like if it made your 360 like flash red. I was like, gotcha.
Got you, you fucker.
Your entire achievements were just deleted. Sorry. And then it comes up like,
Yeah, it comes up with like the overlay, but it's actually just in the game.
yeah,
Like, it's not the actual overlay. It just looks like the
just
overlay.
achievements erased.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, that'd be so good. But anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, that I really don't think that's the game, the kind of game you can sell in a trailer or something like that. I remember, like, I think I found the original Eternal Darkness. It was in a sale in Blockbuster, and I've always been a huge fan of like kind of RE style survival horror. And it looked like that, and I picked it up and was like, this looks cool. I'll play this, and took it home and was fucking blown away.
Yeah.
And then like took it back a week later. I was like, this doesn't work. So yeah,
Oh.
new Eternal Darkness, kind of, sort of,
Maybe.
sequel. It could be awesome though. Like, that's one of those games that I really need to go back and play one day, because it's a fucking huge game. Like, that game is, I mean, even it's been long enough since I've played it that I wouldn't know what to do again. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like just as I probably remember some of the earlier stuff, but like the latest stuff with the puzzles and shit, it'd be a completely new game. And I think I remember it taking me like 20, 30 hours to go through the very first time. It's a huge game. So, really looking forward to that. So, I hope that's cool. In other news, the 360 is using discs that are really outdated and shitty, as you may have known.
This is a fact.
Yeah, I know John talked about it last week. Metal Gear Legacy Collection. I think this is 1, 2, 3, the expansions 4, and some of the PSP games. I'm pretty sure John did list every game in it last week. So
Sure.
either use Google or listen to last week's episode and find out. But long story
I know
short,
what I would do.
Yeah, you would do, obviously, because then you get to listen to it again. But
Hell yeah.
long story short, it's not coming to the 360 because it would be on 5,000 discs.
Literally 5,000.
Literally 5,000.
That's a conservative estimate.
Yeah, because the 360's discs are small. But that being said, that's
They're
going
mini
to break.
discs. They're UMDs.
They're UMDs, yeah. UMDs, man, flat out putting UMDs in the 3. That's what the new.
What's the capacity of a UMD?
Ugh. Off the top of my head, I think it's about 2 gigs. 1.8 maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's not a lot.
Trying to think, most PSP ISOs I remember being around about that size.
Here we are. Let's have a quick Wikipedia. Oh, no, yeah, I was right. 1.8 gig. That's for a dual layer, though. 900 megabytes for a single layer disc.
I can't. Not many PSP games are 900 megabytes. I know that much.
And I mean, that they were probably in development in like the early 2000s, so that's not really. It's not really that hard to believe.
Maybe Loco Roco.
Yeah.
I think that's like 50 meg, actually. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I wonder how much the like GTAs are on PSP.
Oh god, I used to know that.
The GTA PSP games. They're really good.
I'm gonna say like 1.7, but that's just a guess. I'd have to look it up. I'm gonna actually look it up now.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. So 360 owners that were looking forward to that, tough shit. Basically, sorry, you're not gonna get it. But I don't think you could probably fill a phone booth with the amount of people that only have a 360 at this point, and probably still have room for more. I don't know many people that have only got one console now. So
That can't be right.
What's that? You looking up the size?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have another look because I don't believe the size. Less than a gig, apparently. I'm not sure if these are compressed or if this is raw rip of the file. But...
Must be compressed, surely. I mean,
yeah, I think that's.
There's not.
I've got 870 meg, but I think that's a compressed one. Liberty City Stories, someone's managed to compress it to 456, but that's probably in like a zip or something.
Yeah. Well, you never know what kind of stuff they're doing, like
True.
kind of wizardry they're doing. But anyway.
Wait, was there a PSP San Andreas game?
I don't think so. There was Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and Chinatown Wars was ported from the DS to the PSP.
Really? I can't imagine that working.
I don't think it did. I think the general consensus, was if you want to play this, play the DS version, because the DS version actually did things, for the console to make it work.
Exactly. That's why.
So, whereas like the PSP was just a straight up, this is this game on the PSP with no real originality to it. So
yeah.
But speaking of GTA, seeing as we're on the subject,
yeah,
how do you feel about what seemingly huge amount of trailers or videos or both or whatever about GTA 5 that came out over the past week or so, if I remember correctly? People will have to forgive my severe lack of a fuck to give over GTA 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you watch any of this stuff?
I watched the 3 character trailers that came out.
Okay.
Giant Bomb did a little 20-minute video where they talked about what they saw at a showing of the game that they went to the week before as well. They talked about kind of what the multi-character thing really means for how the game's going to play. And as someone who bought GTA 4, kind of liked it, and then decided actually no, it was a bad game. I was not really interested with the direction they'd taken GTA for 4. My fondest memories of GTA will always be Vice City, and then San Andreas kind of reaffirmed that with just a bigger world and more shit to do. But 4 was just felt constricted, because it was small after San Andreas. 2, it felt boring because the main character was very drab and had no personality, and I didn't like how it wasn't kind of like a period setting. Like all the other ones, what was it? San Andreas was 90s. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, Vice City was obviously, what was it, the 1920s? Actually, that would be fucking awesome. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. All right, yeah, okay.
Vice City.
I think actually that when they do period settings, they kind of actually nail it better. Like look at Red Dead. Like loads of people loved Red Dead, and that was another Rockstar game set at a very specific
you could
time.
argue. I mean, there are people that do argue that is just GTA in the Wild West, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I Red Dead falls into extremely overrated in my opinion.
Well, I didn't play it because fuck westerns, but
Oh well, I don't really mind. I quite like the Western setting. I think the Western setting it's one of those sort of periods where it's just really easy to like half-ass it and just make it really shitty. But if you use it well, I think it's really good. And I just don't think Red Dead used it well. When people say about that game being like really rich in setting, it's not really. Like
yeah,
it's a handful of really kind of small environments linked together with absolutely fuck all. Like there's nothing, and I went in like really expecting kind of like the Wild West sort of thing to be not necessarily over the top, but just used better than what it was. Like I enjoyed playing it, but it often gets labeled as like one of the sort of top 5 of this gen, which I just think is fucking insane. Like there's just no fucking way. Like that game is that good. But to each their own. So
yeah, so I wasn't really interested for 5. I'd kind of written it off, and the trailers for the characters kind of all like gave me a little bit more to care about. I think it was their strong music choice. Like obviously Rockstar are always really good at choosing songs that make for classic soundtracks to video games. And the one they chose particularly for the Michael trailer gave me flashbacks of Vice City, and then the one for there's Michael. I'm gonna need to look up their names because I actually don't know. You don't know, do you?
No, I haven't watched any. I've like apart from those screenshots that came out a while ago. That's like the only GTA 5 related stuff I've seen.
Trevor and Franklin. Yeah, Franklin kind of obviously reminiscent of CJ, kind of the gangster hood type, those kind of crimes and that kind of a setting. And then Trevor is just sort of out there. Like he's the one I didn't like the most, I think, just because he's just kind of crazy and doesn't really actually seem to have much personality. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite good trailers. Like,
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen any of them, so I can't really say. But I don't know. Like, I just don't see this game doing anything. I don't want to say new because I don't really feel that GTA needs to be different.
Yeah.
I just kind of feel there doesn't need to be any more GTAs. Like the name Grand Theft Auto doesn't carry what it used to. Like
I'm not sure that's true.
No, I mean in terms
of the majority of people.
Oh yeah. I mean for the majority, I mean this game will sell like fucking whatever. But for me personally, like I went to Grand Theft Auto for a type of experience that I couldn't get anywhere else. And now I just feel that experience has been done considerably better elsewhere. So GTA kind of has to do for me, GTA has to kind of do something new, but that's not really what it's interested in doing. So, I don't really care about a new GTA because I just don't feel that it's going to really do anything to interest me. I just thought 4 was boring.
Yeah, 4 was
just
boring.
Really, really boring. And it's more of a criticism of Rockstar as a developer almost at this point. They just seem too focused on making their shit like a movie, and I just don't like. That's not why I'm playing games. Like I thought that really hurt Max Payne 3. And it's not usually something I'm really critical of, but just the cinematography and the way Max Payne 3 was presented, it was like, yeah, this is just a movie that's kind of a game, and I really don't like that. The way everything is done, the way the cutscenes are, like, it just doesn't work. Either graphics aren't as good, on systems to do it yet to make it work, or they're just not doing it right. I don't think it's the latter, because I don't think you can really pull that off.
Yeah.
I quite severely reject the notion of like, forgetting that you're playing a game. Like you're never going to make me forget that I'm playing a game, no matter how hard you try. I'm always going to be holding a controller, sat in front of a TV with a console or my PC on. I know I'm playing a game. You're not going to make me forget that. So, don't try. Don't even bother. Don't waste your effort. If you want to do that, go and make a film or go and do something else. Don't make a video game if that's what your aim is. But yeah, I just don't really care about GTA 5 at all. And I realize there's probably very, very few people out there that agree with me on that. And that's fine. If you like GTA, go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
For me,
sure most people will.
GTA 5 is going to be a wait and see thing.
Yeah,
I'd probably also wait for hopefully a PC version thing.
Or you could just wait for
the inevitable. Play it on the 360.
Yeah, you could wait for the inevitable Game of the Year version that has all the DLC.
Yeah,
because let's
GTA
be serious,
DLC
that's going to happen.
I don't care about GTA DLC.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to wait for the content, this is ironic. Like I've started telling, because my dad recently got into playing games over the past year, and whenever he's like looking at a game, he recently got Borderlands. He's been playing that and really enjoying it. And when he first seen it, he asked me about it. And I says, yeah, try and find the Game of the Year edition if you can. And like he doesn't really know. And he said, what's that? It says it's just the edition that's got all the DLC with it on the disc. So yeah, there you go. Like wait for that. Like find that if you can. And I think he did, and it was like £2 more, but he's got all the DLC with it. So, and he did the exact same thing with GTA and Red Dead. So,
yeah, you can buy the GTA DLC as a separate standalone game.
Yeah, you can the Red Dead thing as well, can't you? The Undead Nightmare expansion.
What, as a separate game?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure that was released, on the disc.
Fair.
So, yeah. Anyway, so GTA 5 is a thing.
It is a thing. Yeah.
Speaking of extremely successful franchises, there was a new Call of Duty announced. How do you feel about this?
Next news topic.
Okay, I kind of agree. Did you see the trailer?
No.
There was a trailer. Well, actually no, I take that back. There wasn't a trailer because it was a live action trailer, and that's not a video game trailer, people.
Well, that's better than the fucking, what was it, the Modern Warfare 2 trailer where it was just like a, what was it, like an audio wave.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That gameplay.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. It was a pretty interesting trailer. It didn't really give anything away. I took my own kind of spin from it. I don't know if it's what they're going to call it, but like it kind of comes up with like Call of Duty and then like Ghost underneath it in like.
That's the name that's been going around for ages.
So whether this is going to be like a Ghost side story or something, to me,
wait, as in the character Ghost.
Yeah. Like
that guy.
The trailer.
Yeah, haven't people been talking about that for ages? Because didn't Ghost die, but not really die?
I don't know, and apparently somewhere along the way
Modern Warfare 2.
I think he died in Modern Warfare 2, yeah. Apparently somewhere...
people were saying, like, Ghost didn't really die, and then there was loads of speculation, because
I don't see how.
See him get shot or something, I swear.
I'm pretty sure he gets shot in the chest.
Yeah, but, like, people slowed the video down, and, like, showed that it, like, wouldn't be a killing shot, like it went through his calf or something,
It was set on fire.
Complications.
Anyway, yeah. But apparently he's a character of anything, according to some people. But yeah, so either this is going to be a Ghost like side story, or what I hope, going by the trailer, it's going to be like a really kind of fucked up, like almost out of canon, canon whatever, but where you play as like you play freaky shit or something. I don't know. I kind of hope they just go absolutely crazy with it and don't give a fuck. Like, if it is just, it's Ghost side story, I'll just immediately not care. Whereas if, like, you're playing as ghosts or something, and it's just completely fucking bonkers. Like,
actually as a ghost. Like,
yeah, why not? Seriously. Seriously, though, why not? Call of Duty can do anything they want at this point, so why the fuck not?
They should make a
that game.
Boat racing game.
Like, they could do anything. They could do absolutely anything they want, so why not? why not go for it? But yeah, I think that'll be that. I imagine that'll come out like November-ish time this year. And it was also confirmed that it will be cross-gen. That will be on new consoles that probably will come out at the end of the year, and it'll also be on current shit. So
Current shit.
there's that. Well, I say current shit. It's not really that current, but you know what I mean.
Shit though.
Yeah. But yeah. So new Call of Duty. Get hype, people.
Call of Duty.
More red dot sights.
What are red dot sights?
Red dot sights are.
Did you know in Grand Theft Auto you can put Grand Theft Auto 5 you can put a red dot sight on your gun?
That is new. That is original thinking.
Yeah.
That is innovative.
I am quite pleased they're bringing back businesses, because I don't know why the fuck they cut that shit from GTA 4, because that was like the best thing about Grand Theft Auto, was going around trying to buy up all like the businesses.
No, I didn't even know they cut. I didn't play it long enough to find that out. So.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, in other game-related news, the Wii U apparently not doing great in the UK. Asda, pretty much anybody that's listening to this probably knows what that is. And if you don't, what fucking planet do you live on? But yeah, getting a huge price cut. $149 for the bog standard model, and $199 for the model with an actual hard drive in it. Well, it's probably not a hard drive, but model with storage in it.
Mm-hmm.
And 2013 sales, I think this is UK only, but I could be wrong. This does seem a bit low for worldwide, but they sit at less than 400k as of that announcement. So Wii U not doing great, which is not really that surprising.
Wii U really need to sell more Nintendo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was a
I went there.
You went there. That's pretty much it for that news story.
Buried.
Yeah, really though? Is anyone surprised? I mean, I know you can always say never count out Nintendo, but
I might buy one for 200 quid just to play Monster Hunter.
I've only like this year bought a Wii, so I'm like probably 10 years away from buying a Wii U. To be honest, if they got like an exclusive Geometry Wars on it, I'd probably buy one. That's the only reason I bought a Wii. Fucking Geometry Wars.
If it was a re-release of Geometry Wars 2, would you still buy it?
No, because Geometry Wars 2
with new modes.
Depends what the new modes were.
You'll genuinely buy a Wii U for more modes for Geometry Wars 2.
That's pretty much the only reason I bought the Wii. The Wii is just Geometry Wars.
Yeah, but the Wii wasn't 200 quid.
No, my Wii was like 60.
Exactly.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
So how can you justify?
I wouldn't buy a Wii U at full price. I'd wait for it to get cheaper.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant like right now.
No. But yeah, Geometry Wars 2. I'm not. I've really gone off that game. I don't know why. That feels random. It feels too random. I don't like it. I've really turned off that recently. Just gone back to playing the original, and the greatest game on the 360. It's Geometry Wars 1, bitches. You heard it first. It's definitely one of the best. I can safely say that is one of the only reasons I will be turning on my Xbox like after the new consoles come out. It will be to play Geometry Wars if for some reason I can't play it on my new Xbox.
You mean because you can't play it on your new Xbox?
Well, yeah. Actually, scratch that. I just thought I've got it on PC, so I'll play it on PC. But if I didn't have it on PC, it would be the reason I turned on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of non-Xbox related news, did you know that there was a Ratchet & Clank film announced last week?
I did, but I didn't watch the trailer.
The trailer's really cool. It's a very self-aware trailer, but like it's just done like in the humor style of Ratchet & Clank, which I really like. I've always enjoyed that aspect of those games. It's one of my favorite parts about them. And I could see this working. A Ratchet & Clank film could totally work. Like it really, really could. I mean, my kind of immediate worry out of the gate is that, you know, animated films can be pure fucking garbage, but if kids like them, then they'll keep getting made. So if kids like this, it'll be ran into the fucking dirt. But the first film might be pretty good. So who knows?
I guess.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, like brief outline, I think it's just basically going to be a film version of the first game because it's like an origin story, which is the first game.
Did the
So
game have a story?
yeah, the original Ratchet and Clank story is probably the best story out of the whole lot. It is a good story.
All right.
The original Ratchet and Clank is a fucking masterpiece, man. That game is fucking awesome. That is one of the best PlayStation 2 games ever.
Video game.
And anybody that disagrees, you're wrong. So hold that. Anyway, in other PlayStation-related news, you see what I did there? Sleeping Dogs is free on PSN. Maybe this week. When you hear this. So,
yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Surprise!
yeah,
It
so
definitely was at some point.
that's pretty awesome, though. I mean, that's
Or
pretty
will
cool.
be. I don't know. I'm
if it is.
confused.
I mean, my opinion of Sleeping Dogs aside, that's a pretty.
Sleepy Dog. What's
Like,
your opinion of Sleepy Dog?
I just found it quite boring, to be honest. I started playing it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the combat and like the traversal stuff, and then it was like, hey, tail this dude, but don't get too close to him. Keep an eye on this meter. Yeah, I played this shit 12 years ago, and I stopped playing the game immediately, and I haven't gone back to it since. So,
Ouch.
yeah, it like that. I don't know. It really pissed me off that like it starts out by doing all this really cool shit that like open world games don't usually do, and then boom, fucking tail a dude in a car mission. It's like, really? Are you fucking serious? Fuck that game. That sounded way more venomous than I originally intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, that really put me off that game. Like, because it just started out really cool, and I was like, man, this is awesome. This is different. This is like a decent combat system in this kind of game that you don't usually get. And now I'm tailing a guy in a car. Dude, what went wrong?
Dude.
But yeah.
Totally.
And I just can't bring myself to play a tail a dude in a car mission ever again. They sucked even when they were in GTA 3. They sucked when GTA 3 was like this fucking mind-blowing, innovative masterpiece. Those tailing car missions were still shitty and boring. I don't want to play that shit in 2013.
I guess.
So, yeah. But, yeah, Sleeping Dogs, free. In air quotes, really. But, yeah.
It's free!
It's free, go get it. And, like, wait about half a year for it to download on PSN. So, although it's kind of funny, like even with my new internet, like my PSN download speeds have improved, but not by much.
No.
I probably get like maybe like a megabyte a second now.
I think it caps out at 2 max, no matter how fast your internet is.
Oh, right. And when I was downloading that game on Steam today, I was getting like 8.7 megabytes a second when I was downloading it. So yeah, PSN download speeds
not so hot,
not fantastic. Last bit of news, because I don't know, this is just our last bit of news. Peter Molyneux. Is it Molyneux or Molyneux? That's how you say his name, isn't it?
I don't know how else you would say that word. What were you planning on saying?
You could say it like Molyneux.
Molyneux.
Say it literally. But
Molyneux.
Was it rumoured? I think you said rumoured to be at the next.
Yeah, it's not confirmed, but it said he will be at the Xbox announcement event.
What do you think? Fable 4.
For Fable.
Or
F4.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. At least
I
they do that with
could
Fable
be up for that.
No. Or Fable the Journey 2.
Journey to Fable 2.
Journey to Fable.
Journey
to Fable.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man. I haven't even played Fable 3.
I played some of Fable 3 and then I was like, nope.
Yeah, I heard really bad things about Fable 3. So.
Oh, wait. I'm talking about Fable 2.
Oh, right.
Which one am I talking about? Is Fable 3 the one with the hand holding?
Maybe.
Yeah. I remember going to Eurogamer and then playing that. My girlfriend playing that, and she really liked the hand holding thing.
Cool.
Random story.
Random story. My girlfriend, well, at the time, girlfriend, she really, really liked Fable 2. She didn't really play the game. She just like had a job and like had like loads of families, and that was it.
Okay.
Like
seems legit.
Yeah, that was it. Like that's all she did in Fable, and I kept telling her, I was like, you know, there's like a game here, right? There's a story and shit, and she just really didn't care. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna chop this wood and buy more furniture and have a house and have a dog, and that was it. She just
Have you ever told her about The Sims?
Oh yeah, I actually have from that same ex. I have The Sims on this PC. It's in my Steam library, and let's
Is
have
it
a look.
installed?
Yes,
Run
82
it.
hours she played.
Wow. Oh, I
That's-
think you mentioned this before.
Yeah, that's nowhere near like an accurate representation of how much she played though. She played way more than 82 hours.
You send Steam's line.
Steam. Yeah, because I don't know if she played it offline, or I don't know if she
Uh.
played The Sims 3 offline, but I seem to remember her playing it when I had the internet in the Xbox, so she must have been able to at some point. And that doesn't like clock up your game tally. So like 82 hours is like not even a fucking dent in how much she played of The Sims 3. But yeah, what were we talking about?
I
Next
think we've run
Xbox
out of
event.
views. Yeah,
we
it
ran out
might
of
be
views.
there. I don't know.
Do you think there'd be another Fable? Do you think another Fable would even like? Do you think people would care if
No.
another Fable was announced? Yeah, I don't think they would either. I thought Fable 2 was pretty disappointing, to be honest. Like there was a lot missing from Fable 2, in my opinion. I think for when Fable 1 came out, it was pretty impressive. Then Fable 2 was just Fable 1 with a fucking dog. And I don't really like dogs, so that didn't really do anything for me. But how do you feel
Yeah.
about dogs?
No.
You don't like dogs?
No. Well, it's not that I dislike dogs. It's just that I wouldn't ever want one.
Are you
I'm not a
cat
person that's like, oh my god, dogs. I'm just like, why would I let this thing into my house? It smells and it doesn't know how to wash itself.
Exactly. Are you a cat person? You sound like a
Yeah.
cat person. Fuck yeah, cats are way cooler. There's a girl at work, and like she's getting a dog, and she can't decide on what dog to get. And I keep telling her like you should get a cat because cats are way cooler.
Yeah, cats are like better dogs.
Cats are just like a dog is like having a fucking 2-year-old that never grows up. They are eternally 2 years old. A cat grows up and like learns to do shit and like goes out at night and gets laid and like comes back and is all cool.
Yeah.
Dogs are just like there. And don't
I
do
agree with
anything.
everything you just said.
It's like cats are like having like, you know, cats are like having a really cool teenage friend. Dogs are just like eternally babysitting a toddler.
Yeah.
That's how you have to look at this. Cats are way cooler. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up news.
I read a really cool article about
Oh yes. Do tell.
this one was from Patrick's Patrick's weekly thing,
Yeah.
he puts out the things you should read. And it was about the people who looked for secrets in Shadow of the Colossus. And apart from the fact Shadow of the Colossus, is one of the games I think is like one of the best games in existence. The idea of like finding hidden shit in games and the kind of stuff that developers put in there and seeing things that you're not meant to see has always like fascinated me. It's the same reason I love like Pokemon Gold glitch runs and seeing how the game breaks and shit like that. And things like Missing though, those kind of things are infinitely fascinating me. So it was a really cool article. It was on what website was it on? Can't remember. It's go on Giant Bomb, view the most recent Patrick Things to View at the Weekend. It has a Shadow of the Colossus picture as the picture for the article, and you'll find it there. And it led me down the line of thinking I should get a PS2 emulator, and I should try and work out how to, I don't know, Game Shark my way to no clipping Shadow of the Colossus. But I haven't acted on that yet, so maybe that's something that will happen eventually. Apparently the PS2 emulator is a fucking resource hog, though. I did find a YouTube video of someone playing Shadow of the Colossus, the actual PS2 version, in native 1080p.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's the same thing you can do with the Wii U emulator. You can force it to render higher resolution than the actual console did.
Does it actually look better though?
The textures are all shitty, but like everything's really crisp. Like the HUD is super crisp. Like it's just like the textures are blown out, but otherwise it looks much better. It's really cool. But you need a beastly PC.
Awesome. Is that it for this week then? I think
Yeah,
that's pretty much
that's what
it.
I'd say.
How further are you in book 5?
I haven't had any time to read.
Oh, you
I
suck.
think I read a couple of chapters.
Did you
I will
see
tell
last
you-
week's episode?
Did I see it? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Did you watch last week's episode of Game of Thrones?
Oh, not yet. No.
Oh, okay. Are you still on episode 4 then?
I don't even know if I've seen episode 4 yet.
Episode 4 is the one immediately after Jaime gets his hand cut off. Spoiler alert.
No.
Okay. So you haven't
I
seen
need
that
to
one?
watch 4 and 5 then.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. It's really good so far. I really like they are kind of going in certain aspects. They are straying pretty far from the book. But I don't really.
Yeah, I accepted
think-
that in the second series, and I'm just
Yeah.
enjoying it for what it is, really, and
Yeah,
seeing
me too.
kind of what they're doing differently and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, and there's room for improvement. Let's be honest. The books are not perfect. That's like the main thing that annoys me. Like whenever a new episode comes out, like the kind of chatter you hear about it, and like people that are just just think the books are just bulletproof to any form of criticism. And I think I don't include book 4 in this, but I think the books are really, really good, but they are far from perfect. Like they do have issues in some parts.
Yeah.
So, how far are you in the 5th book? You're pretty near the end of the first part.
Yeah, I just read the Melisandre chapter where she makes what's his name, Lord of Bones, turn into Mance Rayder.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that bit fucking. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, it's weird.
I did
Weird
not see
shit.
that coming. I really didn't. But yeah, the episode 4 and 5 really good.
Cool.
Really good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen about those. I don't know how long this stay on Sky go. Hopefully for a while, because it's fun time to do that shit and shit.
I think the red wedding is still quite a way off though. I think that's episode 9.
Yeah, I think they're going to save that as like a series finale.
Yeah. Actually, I went back and read that chapter again in the book.
Yeah.
Just for a refresher.
Because you hadn't read it enough times already.
Yeah, and it still pissed me off.
Why?
Like, I don't know. It just, oh man, that was like at that point in the series when I was reading them. I didn't necessarily expect like Robin like to win per se, but he was one of the characters that I thought would make it out alive.
Yeah.
And I think the way he just sets up the way they die is just really, really good, and it hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah, it fucking absolutely wrecks you.
Just like, you absolute cunt. Like, what are you? I'm gonna stop reading this book now, but no, I'm not.
No,
And
you're
just
not.
yeah. Carry on reading, and it's like, you bastard. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. God.
But yeah, it's just really good. Like that was one of, in some ways, my most hated bit of the entire series, but in other ways, like one of the best moments throughout all the books so far was that chapter.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything else that, actually I can, but I can't tell you about it. So we'll have to wait for that one.
Oh no.
So when you finish book 5, we'll have to do like our full-on book 5 spoiler cast.
Yes.
So I really hope the next book isn't too far off, because after I'm almost finished with the first book now, and after I finish that, I don't want to like tune out completely and just forget everything. But it's supposedly going to be like by far the biggest book of the whole series so far. So we shall see. But it pretty much does us for this week. So I think what's John said he's going to be gone for 3 weeks, didn't he? At least.
Yeah.
So John probably won't be back till June.
No, I guess not.
So if fans of John, sorry, but you just have to wait to hear his incredibly sexy voice again.
Fans of John.
I think John has fans.
Sure. If you say so.
He probably does. Anyway, thanks for listening. As always, you can email us at themightyelectronicbox@gmail.com. The YouTube thing is probably why I remember that email now.
Yeah.
I still can't remember the Twitter, so Brad, help me out.
At TMEB podcast.
So then there is no underscore. I should really write that down somewhere. But
It's
hey,
not that hard.
it's not that hard, no. But I feel like my brain's running out of memory. I feel like I have too much. I need more space in my brain. I need to like plug a hard drive into my ear or something. Get some more storage space.
No,
But
don't do that.
that's a great idea. That works, right?
If you say so.
Yeah. Anyway, until next week, we'll see you again. Thanks for listening. Say bye, Brad.
Bye.